For 60 years, the industrial robot has been a glorious idiot. It could weld a car door 400,000 times without blinking. But if you move that door 2 inches to the left, crash. If you asked it to fold a towel instead, catastrophic failure. We were told that artificial intelligence would fix this. Instead, we got chatbots that write poetry, but robots that still move like they are stuck in molasses. Until now. A secretive lab just dropped a model that does not just see the world, it improvises in it. It can service other dying robots. It can learn a new task 3 times faster than anything on the market. And it is built on 500,000 hours of sweat, failure, and physical chaos. But here is the open loop you need to hold on to for the next 6 minutes. While everyone is looking at humanoid walkers and backflips, the industry missed the actual apocalypse. It is not about the hardware. It is about the brain, and for the first time, that brain has a Gen 1. Stick around to the 6-minute mark, because I am going to show you why Wikipedia finally makes sense to a machine, and why a US factory worker might need to pay very close attention. You are watching AI Grid Lab. Let us dive into the future. Let us define the problem that Silicon Valley has ignored for a decade. Language models like ChatGPT cheat. They read the entire internet and predict the next word. But a robot lives in the real world. The real world has friction, lighting changes, and towels that never fold the same way twice. Until last week, the industry faced a wall. You could train a robot on one task in a lab, and it would have a PhD in that single thing, but a kindergarten brain for everything else. Enter Generalist AI and their new model, Gen 1. They did not just tweak the old code, they went back to the sandbox and compiled a dataset of 500,000 hours of physical experience. That is not simulated data. That is real-world touch, failure, recovery, and success. Now, my take on this is that most people will glaze over the number 500,000 hours. But let me translate that for the US audience. That is roughly 57 years of continuous human labor. They built a time machine for a robot's muscle memory. But doing one thing well is boring. Any lockdown factory bot can do that. The headline here is improvisation. The CEO of Generalist AI draws a line in the sand. He says mastery is not just speed or reliability. We have had speed since the 1960s on auto lines in Detroit. Mastery is the marriage of 3 things: speed, reliability, and improvisation. A robot drops apart. It pauses. It looks left and right. It uses a different gripper angle to pick it up. That robot does not panic. It adapts. This is the ChatGPT moment for the physical world. Remember back in 2022 when you asked the AI to write a haiku about who would win the NBA title? That ability to connect ideas that have never been connected before? That creativity Gen 1 just did that with physics. It can go from kitting automotive parts, to folding laundry, to servicing another broken robot. And here is my anchor commentary on that. Servicing other robots is the sleeper agent sentence in this release. We are looking at the first steps towards self-repairing server farms, but for labor. When a robot breaks in an Amazon warehouse right now, a human has to fix it. When Gen 1 gets good enough, the robot will simply call its friend. So how did they break the ceiling? You might remember their earlier model, Gen 0. A few months ago, it proved something heretical. Scaling laws work in robotics. Usually, throwing more compute at a physical robot breaks it. But Gen 0 showed that more data equals more generalization. Gen 1 takes that bet and cashes it. The model learns from experience how to complete tasks faster over time. We are not talking about 10% better. We are talking about 3 times faster than the state of the art. 3 times faster learning means a factory in Ohio can retool for a new product line over a long weekend instead of a fiscal quarter. But here is the philosophical gut punch. For years, we thought you could just feed a robot Wikipedia and it would get the world. It does not work. Text is a map. The world is the terrain. Generalist AI argues that only through experiencing the mess, the oily floor, the wrinkled shirt, the dying battery, does all that text finally make sense. Remember the open loop from the start? The thing the industry is missing is this. We are obsessed with making robots look like us. Bipedal, 2 arms, a face. That is expensive, fragile, and frankly, scary to the US consumer. Gen 1 does not care about the shape of the body. It cares about the brain. This model is a software update. You do not buy a new robot. You upgrade the one that is already bolted to your factory floor. For the UK and US viewer, this is the difference between a labor shortage crisis and a labor obsolescence crisis. We are not 4 years away from a robot that can fold your laundry or sort your parts. That robot exists today. The only thing standing between this video and your local dry cleaner is the price of the compute, and that price is falling off a cliff. Generalist AI is calling this the first brain for many robots. They admit this is just one step on a long journey. But looking at the jump from Gen 0 to Gen 1, that trajectory is exponential. So, here is the provocative question to leave in the comments, and I genuinely want to hear what the AI Grid Lab audience thinks. Is this the end of unskilled manual labor in the West? Or is this just a Silicon Valley pipe dream that will crash the first time it meets a real-world power surge? I am going to be tracking the physical intelligence race every single week. Whether it is Figure, Tesla, or new players like Generalist AI, you need to know when the brain arrives before the body does. Subscribe to AI Grid Lab and hit the bell because the future is not generated. It is built. Fold your own laundry while you still can.